Okay, so we're on the job. I just contacted the homeowner. They're going to be opening the garage door for me because nobody's here. So luckily with modern technology, they can do it remotely. Once that door's open, we'll go inside. I'm just hanging out in the cab because it's raining out today. So, but there's a leak coming through the ceiling, so we got to open that up and figure out where it's coming from. Hopefully it all goes straight forward, but we'll see. So I'll bring you back once we're inside. Alrighty, so here we are. As you can see, there is a leak of some sort. I didn't do the rough in on that master bathroom, but we were back at that house with the freestanding tub. I can run up there to kind of remind you which bathroom we're talking about, but the leak is coming through. It's either when they're showering or when they're running the washing machine on the opposite side of the wall. So something's happening. Hopefully it's right up under there. I might send a bit down from the washing machine side just so I know that I'm roughly in the right area. Drop cloth is down. Ladder is set. Alrighty, here is the shower in question. You all remember this one? It's been a joy so far. And on the opposite side we have a washing machine. So I don't want to make a whole lot of dust. What I'm going to do is I will mark everything out, and then I will cut open a square, figure out, I'm assuming the joists probably run this direction. That would be my guess. But we'll open it up. This is obviously a seam here, and we'll figure it out. But I don't want to make a whole lot of dust, so I'm going to open it up with a utility knife. We've got a screw here. And screw over here. So it probably run this way. Wonder if this isn't a chase of some kind. But what we will do is we'll open up a little section here. Ooh. These are a little wet. Just open it up kind of like this. Open up a little pocket there, see what's going on up there. Definitely a little bit wet. Not so wet over here. This side is definitely a little wet. At least in that other direction it was. Well, that is a lot more sticky than I was hoping. So maybe we will make some dust, although maybe it's wet enough that we won't make some dust. We'll see. See if we can't make a little bit of noise and a little bit of dust. Definitely gets punky over here. Alright. Well, definitely a little bit wet up there. Got some blocking here. Still don't know how the joists are exactly laid out up here. Okay, they are this way. This is a joist. And we have some blocking here. Now we just figure out why we're getting water here. So let's poke our heads up there. Alright, let's poke our heads up here. We got piping there, staining over there, got plumbing over there. That comes over this way. We have plumbing here. That looks like our shower down over that way. But why is the water must be traveling this direction? So, because I can see the staining here, you know, that's the edge of where the water is pooling. But I don't see anything on the underside of the pipes here. So, we might have to open up a little bit farther down. Might have to open up a little bit farther down that way because I don't know if you guys can make it out. Let's see. That's the shower drain right there. We got a little bit more plumbing over there, so we'll have to open up closer down that way, get a measurement, open up over there and see if we don't have water dripping down there and then just traveling back towards us. So we'll try and open up over there. There is a little bit of staining right here that you can probably see. So we'll open up there and see what's going on. Alright, so let's just take a measurement quick here. It's like 5 foot from here. Pretty close to where that other seam is going to be. Just on the other side of that seam there. If we go from that seam that way and open it up a couple feet, hopefully we'll find something. We might have to run the fixtures upstairs, but okay. So let's do the same thing over here. We'll mark out a section here. Figure out how far off we are off this. It's about 7 inches. So we'll cut into this seam here. Go out 7 inches there, and we'll just open up a good section. We're going to have to make the repair anyway, so. We will go like this. The reason I don't cut it right to the molding is so that if they can save this edge, the carpenter or the taper, whoever's going to end up doing this, it gives them a kind of a starter piece that they can tape to rather than having to get into the molding. Sometimes it's so water damaged that there's just no amount of saving it that's going to be possible, but I let them make that determination. They're the ones that have to do it. So if I can make their life easy, I try to be considerate. This one is definitely a little bit more powdery. Oh, not on this side. That side is definitely wet. Okay. Let's get up in there and see if there's anything obvious. Okay. Kind of tough to say. Don't really see anything staining wise that's super obvious. Well, I guess we just start testing fixtures. Obviously our flow is this way, so this must pick up that washing machine back there. And our shower drain is separate from that washing machine. There's like a little thing here that felt more waxy like. I don't feel anything up there. Well, I'll do is I think I'll try and block the drain for the shower and get some kind of a fill on it, get some head pressure on it a little bit, and see if we can't get it to leak. So let's start there. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll pop that drain out. I hope. I remembered to bring something to get under it. That probably would have been a little helpful, wouldn't it? There we go. Okay. Probably blocked you guys there. Alright, so what I will do is I will grab a towel. I will kind of roll it up here and probably blocking you guys. Alright, so we'll grab a towel. We'll stick it down in the drain here. This will stop enough water that we can then test all the seals. Make sure we're good. And our towel wet so it's not absorbing water. What this will do is it will really stress test the drain system itself, all the seals and everything. It will provide actual head pressure that it would not normally see under normal circumstances, because for every foot of water column you get about a half a pound of pressure, a little less than that, but roughly about a half a pound per square inch of pressure at the base of that column. So, you know, doesn't seem like you'd have a whole lot of pressure with just a couple inches of water, but in a system like this, it makes all the difference, and it really can expedite finding a leak and getting it to show up. So we will fill this little trough up here. As you can see, we are definitely starting to fill up here. Usually the water would never pool up like this, but we're trying to get a leak to happen here, so we will fill this up, get some pressure on the system. Again, it might not seem like a whole lot of pressure, but it's going to be a lot more than what it normally would see, and it will cause that leak to show up just that much faster. So before I go too much farther here, let's go downstairs and see if we aren't getting anything. Oh, I already hear some leaking. I can see some water coming down. So obviously we are forcing something to happen here. Just where are we leaking from exactly? Let's get up there and take a look. Okay, so we got multiple leaks going on here, and it's kind of like I had suspected. It is surrounding that drain. The drain to that trough has not been installed correctly. So as you can see, we're leaking all over here, we're leaking up in here, but the drain itself is solid. All the drains are solid. So it's a pretty common issue. Again, this is why we go through the tests we do. First, you catch the shower head into a bucket so that you have the water supply to the shower isolated. Then you can go to the next step, which is testing the drain. Either take that bucket or like in this case, the handheld hose, put it directly into the drain and test the drain that way. Finally, to test the surround, to test the tile, to test all of the grouting and the seals of the actual shower itself, you stuff a rag into the drain and begin to fill that base up. It does not take a lot of head pressure to cause the leak to show up. As you could tell the other day, we ran the shower for half hour, 20 minutes. It didn't have enough to cause that leak to show up just running as it normally would. Put a little bit of head pressure on there. As you saw, we hardly even filled that up, and it's just pouring out. So with that, we have found the leak. I will let the contractor know, and they can determine exactly how they want to go about rectifying this. Okay, so again, as you can see, we really don't have that much water in here at all, but it was enough, just, you know, not even a hand's depth worth of water, but it's enough that it's pouring out down there. So let us let this go so we're not dripping water all over the place anymore. If I had to guess though, you know, I'd guess it's right at this seal, right between where the metal trough and the tile actually meet up. There are a couple of spots, like right in here. You know, that's kind of a spot in question. So I don't know how many other spots are like that on here, but obviously you could see from down below that it was just pouring out all around and along that trough there. So that's the issue. Like I said, I will let the contractor know. It's kind of a bummer for them, because it's, you know, in some ways it would be simpler if it was just the pipe leaking, but this could be quite the project for them, and it's all on their dime at this point, which really sucks. But that's the name of the game sometimes. So I will let them know. Okay, so again, it's still dripping a little bit. I'll let it drip a little longer. Let it drip onto the drop cloth here, so that we can kind of get some of it absorbed up and not just dripping on the floor. I will clean up the rest of it. I'll start bringing out some of the sheetrock to the dumpster that's outside, and I will let the contractor know what I have found. Alrighty guys, that'll do it for us today. It was not really plumbing related, it was water related, but a lot of times plumbers are the go-to to find your water related issues. So if you have any water related issues, just always remember that it might not always be your plumbing. You want to check everything that is around the water, which includes, in this case, the tile and the grout and the seals to the drain. So I'll also drop a link down below to the previous video where we did the full test on this shower, just so you kind of get the idea of what that test looks like, and then also filling the pan up and getting this leak to show up. If you're interested in that, look for it down below. If you got anything out of this video and you liked it, please remember to leave a like down below. If you have any comments, any thoughts about this video or anything about what was happening in it, please drop those down below too. I would much appreciate that. And if you're watching this and you haven't already, or you've been thinking about it, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And not only does it help me out, but then that way you'll be notified and we can catch you on the next one. So until then, thanks for watching.